Welcome all to my channel Coding Abby again. This is the second video in the linked list video series, and in the last video we saw how to create basic nodes and link them with each other. So we will modify our last code a bit in this video and see some basic operations like insertion at beginning and end, maybe if the video don't go too long. So we will modify that our default constructor to parameterized constructor. Okay, for node class, our default constructor says next is null. So instead of this, we will create a parameterized constructor which takes data and node of type t and let's say capital data. Okay, capital data, and we will assign the values of data as capital data and next as n. Okay, so here we can pass values like this is first element and the data is first, and it is linked to second. The data is 2 and it is linked to third, but it will give an error that this third and second are not declared, because when this line would be executed, second is not yet declared. So what we will do, we will create these nodes in a decreasing order and link them to each other. Then the data of third is 3. I am sorry, here data of third is 3 and the link, it is linked to fourth, and here the data is 4 and it is linked to null, that is basically nothing. And if we try commenting out this code now and print the list is again printed as it is. Okay, so we can now remove these lines of code. We will modify this print function to take no parameters and display the full list. Okay, we can do it by removing this parameter from here itself. Also we will remove this from here too, and instead we will create a new node named start here and which will hold the value of head. Okay, now again let's check running the code, and the code works very fine. Now moving ahead to our operations, insertion at the beginning. So insertion at the beginning means insertion in to the left of first node. Let's create a node 0, control copy and V, and we can simply now do this, like let's assign the data as 0 and let's link this to first and name this 0th, and sorry, here the head is 0th now, right? And then you can see that 0 has been included in our list, but we don't want this. We want that in an already created list like which is initiated with first. We want to insert a new node at 0th position. So how can we do that without changing this first in this statement? The solution is we have to create a new function of which returns nothing, and the let's name it as insert begin. Insert begin, which takes data data d, and insert our new data at a new 0th position. So template class t, and the data type class name generic type t, and the name of the function is insert begin. It takes t, variable name is d, and what it will do is it will create a new node t star new node, and it will be again of type where is it, sorry, node t star and default constructor. And now I'm sorry, not star, and now this constructor will take the values d comma head, if you know what I mean. Okay, and after this we have to increment our head to new node, and that's it. Now let's I'm sorry, we haven't inserted at use this insert 0 function yet. So list dot insert beginning, and let's put data 0 there. Okay, and the output first was 1 2 3 4, and now let's check. Yeah, there is a semicolon missing, and here you can see 0 has been inserted at the beginning. Okay, now the next function to be made is at the end, insertion at the end. Similarly, we will then declare a function here, insert end, and let that data be d itself. We will copy this function, control C, control V, and just change this begin to end, and new node now will basically point to null. Okay, but we now have to traverse through the list. Okay, we will create a infinite loop basically, and it will break only at a condition when if. Okay, we have to again create a temporary node named temp, and which is having the value initially as head. If temp next equal to null, we have to do temp next equal to new node, and break the loop. Otherwise, temp is equal to temp next. Okay, and this will insert our data, new data which we want to insert in the list at the end of the list. There is a condition to check here, that if this list is empty, then we can directly put this into the, or anyways, like in the first condition itself, if the list is empty in the first condition itself, head is null, so it will put it here on in the place of head itself, so we can let it as it is. There is no need to check for is empty. Okay, and we will try the code list dot insert end, and our list had 0 to 4 elements. Now we will insert a fifth element again, and yeah, again a missing semicolon. Okay, and we can see that here 5 has been added to our list at the end. And for now we will end this video. So bye bye, and don't forget to subscribe the channel to get the solution of all these REST questions.